Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. How are you all? कैसे हो आप लोग? I hope I am audible to all of you and my screen is visible to all of you. Okay, those who are watching through YouTube, hello all the YouTube people. Welcome to my class. Okay, you can just tell me in the chat box from which school you have joined. Okay, and whether I'm audible or not. Try to interact with us through chat box. Okay, so I hope all are doing good. So after today's class, I think most of you are already in home. They went home today only because from today the school is going to closed for 2 months. Okay, so most of you are maybe traveling or okay. So I have already told you in the previous class. So today is going to be a important topic discussion. So I hope a few of you will join. Whoever has the phone available or whoever in the school, they will definitely join for today's session. Okay, so I am hoping that few of you will join. Okay, and I think I am clearly audible. Okay, so in the previous classes, I was discussing about the basic trigonometry. What are the values of sine theta, cos theta? What is the relation between sine theta and cosec theta? What is the relation between cos theta and sec theta? Okay, and we have also seen some of the standard values like sine 0, sine 30, sine 45, sine 60, and sine 90. Okay, for the same, we have seen all the values. Okay, from sine to cos to tan to cot. And I have told you just you need to remember two things, sine and cos. Then by the formula, you can easily find out the other one also. Okay, but for now, you have to remember, you can remember. So in today's class, what we are going to learn, we are going to learn a very important topic, that is sine of trigonometric function. Okay, and then we will also see some of the trigonometric formula which will be help you. Okay. So in the last class we have discussed these values, so always remember these values. Okay, sine 0 0, sine 30 1/2. Okay, I have also told you the trick how to remember it. Sine x ka sine 0 0, sine 30 1/2, sine 45 1/√2, sine 60 √3/2, and sine 91. Okay, similarly for the cos, sine 90 is equals to cos 0. It just reverse it. 1 √3/2, 1/√2, 1/2, and 0. Okay, and if this is 10x, so it is nothing but this is sine x divided by cos x. Okay, the trigonometric identities formula we have seen. Okay, this is true for all the x. Okay, whatever x you will take, it is always true. Okay, and then I also told you what is cot x. It is nothing but 1 divided by 10x, reciprocal of each other, and sec x is reciprocal of cos x, and cos x is reciprocal of sin x. Okay, so if you know these two values, by the formula you can find all four values also. Okay, and I've also told you about this when it is undefined. So I've told you when the denominator part will become 0, then those kind of value will undefined. Okay, because denominator can't be 0. Okay, so that's what we have discussed in the previous class. Just remember all these values. Okay, and इसके बाद what we are going to learn in today's class, we are going to learn about signs of trigonometric function. So we already know that sine, cos, all the trigonometric ratios are a kind of function. Okay, and the detailed graph and everything we will discuss when we will start the trigonometric chapter. Okay, trigonometric chapter. So at that time we will discuss all the graphs for different trigonometric functions. Okay, but here what happened, like in the previous up to class 10 we have seen the values of any 6 trigonometric ratios from 0 to 90 degree. Okay, 0 to 90 degree. But now what will happen if the values is more than 90 degree? Okay, suppose if someone is asking what is sine 120 degree, so there is a sign convention. What is the value of cos 150 degree? So there is a sign convention formula. Okay, and there is a property. So if you know that property, even if you know the value from 0 to 90 only, with the help of different formulas, you can easily find what is the sine 120, cos 120, tan 120. Okay, and this will be new for all of you because you just passed the 10th class. So listen very carefully. Okay, and meanwhile if you are having any doubt, just let me know through the chat box. Okay, so sign of trigonometric functions. Okay, so we will see that. So the sign of trigonometric ratios of an angle depend on the quadrant in which the terminal side of the quadrant lies. Okay, means what? Suppose we this line, okay, and this is making an angle theta. So this is suppose initial, and this is what? Terminal. Okay, so now you can see this angle is what? Theta. Okay, this angle is theta, and you can also see that if I will take x-axis and y-axis, so I hope you already know about these things. This is called as first quadrant. Okay, I hope you have idea. There are 4 quadrants. This is first quadrant, this is second quadrant, this is third quadrant. Okay, and this is fourth quadrant. Okay, so if we are covering this angle theta, it means we are in first quadrant. Okay, we are in first quadrant. Suppose if we are talking about this, so you can see we have crossed first quadrant and now we are in second quadrant. So this theta, we can say this theta is in second quadrant. Okay, so there is a range. You can clearly see that this is a 360 degree. So if I will write for first quadrant means what? It is starting from 0 and it is going till 90 degree. So if we are talking about first quadrant, it means the theta will be from 0 to 90. Okay, 0 to 90. And if we are talking about second quadrant, so again we are from 90 to 180. So second quadrant means 90 to 180. Okay, similarly, if we are talking about third quadrant, so it will be 180 to 270. And if we are talking about fourth quadrant, then it is 270 to 360. Okay, so this is the range of first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, and fourth quadrant. Okay, so now the sign of trigonometric ratios की वो positive value आएगा या negative आएगा, it depends on the in which quadrant ये जो line है, ये जो आपका line है, जो angle बना रहा है वो lie कर रहा है. Okay, so now we will see that कि क्या करना है. So there is a formula that you need to remember. For positive acute angle, this definition gives the same result as in case of right angle triangle, since x and y are positive for any point in first quadrant. Okay, इसका मतलब देखो उतना नहीं जाना है, लैंग्वेज पे नहीं जाना है. If theta जो है is in first quadrant, okay, if theta is in first quadrant mean all are positive. All are positive means what? All the 6 trigonometric ratios. Okay, it means sine theta, cos theta, tan theta, cosec theta, cot theta, and then sec theta. All 6 ratios are will give you only positive value. If the theta is in first quadrant, means if theta values is from 0 to 90, तो 0 to 90 तो ऑलरेडी हम पढ़ते आए हैं, और वहां पे हमेशा आप देखोगे कि साइन कॉस जिसका भी वैल्यू लो वो आपका पॉजिटिव आता है. बट व्हाट इफ थीटा जो सेकंड क्वाड्रेंट हो जाए, सेकंड क्वाड्रेंट मींस 90 टू 180, मींस साइन 120 कोई पूछ दे, साइन 150 पूछ दे, tan 150 कोई पूछ दे, cot 150 कोई पूछ दे, sec 135 कोई पूछ दे. So at that time what you will do, so just you need to remember, if the theta is in second quadrant, then sine and cosec are positive. Sine and cosec are positive, means sine theta and cosec theta is positive and rest is negative. Means rest is negative means other 6 trigonometric ratios, means cos, sec, tan, cot, all are negative, excluding sine and cosec. Sine and cosec will be positive. Similarly, for the third quadrant, you can see tan and cot are positive. Tan and cot are positive, rest is negative. And then if it is fourth quadrant, if theta is suppose 330 degree, then if you will find sine 330, cos 330, so only cos and sec will be positive and rest is negative. Rest is negative means it will give a negative value. Okay, negative value. So we will see कि कैसे हम इसको solve करते हैं. We will see. अभी आपको बस याद क्या रखना है, for the first quadrant all positive, second quadrant sine and cosec positive, बाकी तो negative हो जाएगा. दिमाग में बस ये याद रखना कौन कौन positive होता है. First quadrant all positive, second quadrant sine and cosec positive, third quadrant tan and cot positive, and fourth quadrant cos and sec positive. Okay, just remember it and then we can find any values. Okay, these are the results. If you don't want to remember it also it's fine, कोई जरूरत नहीं है इसको. बस वही चीज जो आपको बताया है कि साइन एंड कॉसेक पॉजिटिव होता है, फर्स्ट क्वाड्रेंट में सारा पॉजिटिव होता है, सेम थिंग इट इज रिटन हियर. ओके, कॉट पर tan एंड कॉट पॉजिटिव होता है. आगे चल के जब आप एक्चुअल में पढ़ोगे तो और भी क्लियर चीजें होंगी, बट जस्ट फॉर नाउ जस्ट नीड टू रिमेंबर ऑल दिस थिंग्स. ओके, यू कैन सी साइन इज फर्स्ट क्वाड्रेंट में पॉजिटिव, सेकंड में पॉजिटिव, थर्ड में और फोर्थ में नेगेटिव. तो वो टेबल बना हुआ है, उसको भी याद रखने की जरूरत नहीं है. यू जस्ट हैव टू रिमेंबर all positive, sine cosec positive in second quadrant, third में tan and cot positive, and last one cos and sec positive. Okay, बहुत बार बोल दिया, आई होप कि आपको याद हो गया हो. Okay, अब बोलोगे कि चलो ये तो पता चल गया सर कि पॉजिटिव होता है, निगेटिव होता है, सारे क्वाड्रेंट में पता चल गया, बट अब फाइंड कैसे करें वैल्यू. ओके, सो फाइंड कैसे करते हैं वो देखना आप. ठीक है, सो जैसे देखो क्या है, एक क्वेश्चन लेते हैं. बोल रहे हैं कि tan थीटा जो है उसकी वैल्यू है 5/12. ओके, वेयर थीटा इज इन थर्ड क्वाड्रेंट. सो व्हाट इज द वैल्यू ऑफ अदर 5 ट्रिग्नोमेट्रिक फंक्शन. मींस व्हाट, इफ tan थीटा इज 5/12, सो डेफिनेटली थीटा का कुछ तो वैल्यू होगा. उस थीटा पे अगर कोई बोले साइन थीटा बताने, कॉस थीटा बताने, कॉट थीटा बताने, सेक थीटा बताने एंड कॉसेक थीटा बताने, तो क्या होगा. बिकॉज वी ऑलरेडी नो tan थीटा इज 5/12. ओके, देन यू विल रियलाइज कि ओ थीटा इज इन थर्ड क्वाड्रेंट, एंड इफ इट इज इन थर्ड क्वाड्रेंट वी हैव क्लियरली मेंशन दैट ये थीटा थर्ड क्वाड्रेंट में है. इसका मतलब tan एंड कॉट क्या होता है, पॉजिटिव होता है. tan एंड कॉट क्या होता है, पॉजिटिव होता है, और रेस्ट इज नेगेटिव होता है. It means from here we know the sign convention. Now we have to put the values only. So if tan theta is equals to 5/12, so cot theta is also positive. So we can write now 12/5 because it is clear both are positive and both are reciprocal. Now if I would say this is tan theta, this is 5/12. So if it is P and if it is B, this is perpendicular and this is base. So if I will find hypotenuse, so it will be definitely root under 5 square plus 12 square, and it will give you 13. So this hypotenuse will be what? 13. So if you want to write sine theta, so definitely you will write what? Perpendicular by hypotenuse. So I will write P divided by hypotenuse, it is 13. But we know that it is theta is in third quadrant, and apart from tan and cot, rest is negative. So sine value will be 5 by 13. There will be no change in the magnitude, but there will be a negative sign. So if we are doing sine theta is equals to what? Minus 5 by 13. Similarly, in third quadrant, cos is also negative. So for the cos, we will take B by H, base by hypotenuse. It means it will be minus 12 by 13. Sec will be also negative, minus 13 by 12. And cosec is the reciprocal of this. So I will write minus 13 by 5. Okay. So I hope it is clear to all of you guys. So I hope you can solve this one also. So all the guys who is watching through YouTube, okay, can you respond in the chat box? समझ में आया क्या ये? ओके, डिटेल तो बहुत आगे भी चल के बताएंगे कि ऐसा क्यों होता है, बट फॉर नाउ जस्ट रिमेंबर कि we have given only one trigonometric ratios and we have given the in which quadrant theta is lying. So without even finding the actual value of theta, we have find all the rest 5 trigonometric function on trigonometric ratios. Okay, in the same way you can solve this one also. Sine theta is equals to 3 by 5. You can say theta is in second quadrant. So if theta is in second quadrant, then sine and cosec will be what? Positive. So already you can see sine theta is equals to 3 by 5. So it is in second quadrant. Again, sine theta will be 3 by 5. Cosec theta will be 5 by 3. And then rest will be negative. So it is what? This is P. This is H. You have to find B. B will be what? B will be 4 only. Then you can use the formula and just see the sign convention. Because if it is negative, so cos theta will be definitely minus 4 by 5. Because in second quadrant, cos is negative. Okay. So I hope it is clear. Is it clear, guys? All the YouTube people, YouTube वाले comment कम करते हो आप लोग. Comment करके बताओ समझ में आया क्या? Okay. चलो. Okay, similarly you can see this one also. Okay, अगर कोई बोले देखो a is equals to cos 2 and b is equals to sin 7, then find the sine of a and b. Okay, means a is equals to what? Cos 2. So अब एक चीज और बताता हूं मैं कि आप क्या करते हो कि अब जो ये यहाँ पे डिग्री में ना लिख के किस में लिखा हुआ है, ये जब भी 2 लिखा हुआ है, it means it is written in radian. Okay, and you know that if it is pi radian, okay, so pi radian का मतलब क्या होता है कि 3.14 वैल्यू होती है. ठीक है, तो अगर मैं यहां से बोलूं कि फर्स्ट क्वाड्रेंट का मतलब क्या होता है, देख लो, ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. इफ आई एम राइटिंग फर्स्ट क्वाड्रेंट, सो आई एम राइटिंग 0 से लेकर 90 तक. ओके, सो इफ यू राइट इन द रेडियन, ठीक है, ये अगर डिग्री है और अगर आप रेडियन में करो तो हमने क्या बोला था, 0 से लेकर पाई बाय 2, एंड पाई कितना होता है 3.14. सो अगर कभी कभी क्या होता है कि पाई में ना लिख के इस तरह का वैल्यू दिया जाता है, ऑलवेज थिंक दैट इट इज रिटन इन द रेडियन, नॉट इन द डिग्री. ओके, सो इट विल बी 0 to 1.57 के अराउंड हो गया. ओके, इफ इट इज सेकंड क्वाड्रेंट, सेकंड क्वाड्रेंट मींस 90 to 180. मीन्स व्हाट? 90 का मतलब पाई बाय 2 और 180 का मतलब पाई. सो अगर यहाँ पे देखोगे तो 1.57 से 3.14 हो जाएगा. ओके, सिमिलरली आप थर्ड क्वाड्रेंट को भी देख लोगे तो 3.14 से लेकर आपका यहाँ पे देखोगे आप 1.57 ना 4.61 हो जाएगा. एंड आप लास्ट देखोगे तो 4.61 से लेकर वो 6.28 हो जाएगा. ठीक है, 6.28 हो जाएगा. यानी पूरा एक कवर करने में 2 पाई लगता है. 2 पाई मीन्स 6.28. सो हमें बस ये देखना है कि इसकी साइन क्या है. ठीक है, साइन ऑफ ए की वैल्यू cos 2 है. यानी ये जो 2 है वो किस रीजन में आ रहा है, तो देखो फर्स्ट क्वाड्रेंट मीन्स 0 से 1.57. इफ यू विल से सेकंड क्वाड्रेंट, सो 1.5 से 3.14. it means 2 is lying in this region only, right? क्योंकि 2 तो 1.57 से 3.1.4 के बीच में है. So I would say कि ये जो 2 है, it is lying in the second quadrant. And if it is in second quadrant, so second quadrant में cos is negative. And if cos is negative, then sine of A will be what? It will give a negative value. Okay, similarly अगर कोई B बोले, B कितना है? sin 7. So 7 you have to see. तो देखो अब 6.28 से भी ये बड़ा है. 7 तो 6.28 से भी बड़ा है. अब देखो इसका मतलब क्या हुआ कि हम यहां से स्टार्ट हुए, एक राउंड मारे तो ये आपका क्या हो गया? 6.28 ही पहुंचा. एंड देन फिर से थोड़ा आगे बढ़ेंगे 0.072 तक, तो यहाँ पे एक राउंड मार के फिर से हम फर्स्ट क्वाड्रेंट में ही आ जाएंगे. एंड इन फर्स्ट क्वाड्रेंट ये फिर क्या हो गया? 7. इट मींस 7 इज व्हाट? इट इज नथिंग बट 6.28 plus 0.72. Means what? We have covered one complete revolution, and after that we have again pushed in the first quadrant up to 0.72. Okay, it means it is in first quadrant only. ठीक है, आगे चल के आप देखोगे कभी आपको बोलेगा 750 डिग्री का बताओ वैल्यू क्या होता है? साइन 750. तो आप जानते हो कि 360, 360, 720 एंड देन फिर से 30 आगे बढ़े तभी तो साइन 750 हुआ ना. तो जो वैल्यू साइन 30 की होती है वही वैल्यू साइन 750 की भी होती है, बिकॉज 2 रोटेशन के बाद फिर से वो उसी पोजीशन पे पहुंच जाता है. तो ये फर्स्ट क्वाड्रेंट, इन फर्स्ट क्वाड्रेंट साइन इज पॉजिटिव, सो इसका साइन क्या हो जाएगा? पॉजिटिव. सो ए का साइन नेगेटिव एंड बी का साइन पॉजिटिव. इज इट क्लियर एवरीवन हाउ टू चेक द साइन ऑफ all the values of the trigonometric functions? Okay, when it is in first quadrant or second quadrant or third quadrant or fourth quadrant. ठीक है, क्लियर है ना सबको? बता दो जल्दी जल्दी से, कमेंट भी करो. ओके, अब देखो क्या है यहाँ पे. यहाँ पे बहुत मजेदार चीज है. साइन माइनस थीटा को हमने माइनस साइन थीटा बोला. ठीक है, ऐसा क्यों? एंड कॉस माइनस थीटा को हमने कॉस थीटा बोला. ऐसा क्यों? सब में माइनस लग गया, बट कॉस और सेक में देखो तो ये आपका थीटा ही है. सेम आ गया. जो कॉस माइनस थीटा, द सेम वैल्यू इज फॉर द कॉस थीटा आल्सो. सो व्हाई इट इज हैपनिंग? सो इफ यू रिमेंबर इन द प्रीवियस क्लास आई वाज डिस्कसिंग अबाउट द रोटेशन. If there is a rotation anti-clockwise, then the value of the theta will be positive, and if we are taking the anti-clockwise clockwise, then वो value क्या होता है? थीटा की value negative होती है. Okay, I was talking about that कि अगर ये मान लो आपका ऐसा है. Okay, so if we are moving this side anti-clockwise, so if this is theta, so if we are moving this side, so it is minus theta. Okay, so suppose there is some value theta. Okay, theta is lying between 0 to pi. Okay, 0 to pi or pi by 2, something like that. Okay, but what is happening if we are going minus theta? So if we are going minus theta, it means what? We are going into fourth quadrant, right? We are going into fourth quadrant. So if it is fourth quadrant, then sine theta value will be what? It will be negative, right? So that's why there is a negative sign, because theta is anyhow it is an acute angle. So if you will remove this negative outside, this value will be positive. But we already know that we have already put into minus theta, so it went into fourth quadrant. So the value will be definitely negative. So we can also remove this negative sign and we can write negative sine theta. Because acute angle, if theta is, it will always give the positive value, right? So sine minus theta is equals to minus sine theta. But why it is not happening for cos? Because we already know that if we are going into the clockwise direction minus theta, so it is in fourth quadrant, and in fourth quadrant cos theta value will be what? Positive. So whether we are going negative or positive, it is always give the positive value. So that's why cos minus theta is cos theta. Okay, but tan minus theta, again it is minus tan theta, because again it is in fourth quadrant, and in fourth quadrant tan theta is negative only. So that's why there is a negative sign. Same apply with cot theta, same apply with cosec theta, but for the sec theta again, sec minus theta is sec theta because sec is also positive. Okay, sec theta is also positive in the fourth quadrant, because if we are talking about negative theta minus theta, it means we are talking about fourth quadrant only. Okay, अगर कोई बोल रहा है आपको 330 डिग्री, ओके, you can also say it minus 30 degree, because अगर मान लो 330 डिग्री है, हम लोग इधर से जा रहे हैं, यहां से आके यहां तक आ गया, ठीक है. So from suppose this is 30 degree, okay, so if we are going like this anti-clockwise direction, we can say that this is 330 degree. But if we are going anti-clockwise direction, then again we are reaching at the terminal point, but we can say it is a minus 30 degree. So both have same meaning. Okay, I hope it is clear, guys. Clear है ना सबको? Okay, so for this, just remember this, and if anybody will ask you about why cos minus theta is not minus cos theta but cos theta, just say that, sir, negative theta means clockwise it is going into fourth quadrant, and fourth quadrant cos theta is positive, so that's why it is positive. Okay, okay, similarly now अगर कोई बोले ये फॉर्मूला सब लोग ने पढ़ा होगा अपने 10th क्लास में, सो नो नीड टू रिमेम्बर दिस, साइन पाई बाय 2 माइनस थीटा, ये आपका कॉस थीटा हो जाता है. इट इज जस्ट लाइक साइन 90 माइनस थीटा इज इक्वल्स टू कॉस थीटा. ओके, एंड सिमिलरली फॉर द कॉस पाई बाय 2 माइनस थीटा मींस साइन थीटा, 10 पाई बाय 2 माइनस थीटा इज इक्वल्स टू कॉट थीटा. अब कॉट वाला 10 हो जाता है, सेक वाला कॉसेक हो जाता है, कॉसेक वाला सेक हो जाता है. Just you have to remember this formula, nothing else. Okay, I hope you have remembered this formula already. Okay, so I will not explain this further. Okay, and I will move to some new topics. Okay, like sine pi by 2 plus theta. Okay, now again there is a case, because if we are talking about pi by 2 minus theta, means we are only in the first quadrant. Okay, so that's why in the previous, in this case, I haven't talked about the sign convention, because we already know that if it is pi by 2 minus theta, means we are already in the first quadrant only. For all the values we are in first quadrant, and in first quadrant all things are positive, so that's why there is a positive, positive, positive. Okay, but if I will tell you pi by 2 plus theta, means pi by 2 means 90 and then plus something. Okay, pi by 2 plus something means what? We are going into the second quadrant, and if it is the second quadrant, then we have to talk about the sign convention also. But we already know if it is changing around pi by 2, whether it is negative or positive, sign will be always going to change into cos. Okay, that you need to remember. But why we have not taken the positive sign here, sorry, negative sign here? Because pi by 2 plus theta means what? It is in second quadrant. Okay, and in second quadrant sign is what? Whatever sign is, it is positive. So that's why there is no negative sign, it is positive. But same for same, if we have taken cos pi by 2 plus theta, again cos will be changing into sin theta. But why here there is a minus sign? Because in second quadrant cos is what? Negative. Okay, similarly for the 10 also there is a negative, because inside 10 is also negative in the second quadrant. Okay, similarly for the cot is also negative, sec is also negative, but cosec is cosec will be changing into sec, but it is positive because cosec and sine both are positive in the second quadrant. Okay, I hope it is clear. Double R, is it clear? जूम में भी ज्वाइन किए हैं कुछ लोग, एंड यूट्यूब वाले, बताओ क्लियर हो गया? ये समझ में आ रहा है? एक बार आपको कॉन्सेप्ट समझ में आ गया ना, देन यू कैन easily find another also. So I will tell you for this one also you can find. Okay, for this one you just need to remember two things. Okay, if Sine is changing around pi by 2 plus something, okay, then it will change into cos. But if it is changing around pi, then sine will be remain sine, cos will remain cos, tan will remain tan, and same for the cot sec and cosec also. Okay. Okay. So यही याद रखना है आपको. If it is changing around pi by 2, then sine will change into cos, cos will change into sine, tan will be changed into cot. But if it is changing around pi, then sine sine में रहेगा, cos cos में रहेगा. Okay. So अब देखो क्या होगा कि अगर यहाँ पे देखो pi minus theta. So again pi means what? Second quadrant. एकदम second quadrant का boundary. And then minus theta means again we have in the second quadrant only. So pi minus theta means second quadrant. Pi minus theta means second quadrant. Now again there is no negative sign, it is positive, plus only. Okay, for cos it is negative because second quadrant cos will be negative. But cos will be in the cos only because change is around pi. Pi means 180 degree. Okay, for the tan also minus tan theta. So I will take one example. Okay, मैं एक example लेता हूँ, देखो कैसे समझाता हूँ. Suppose हमने लिया sin 120 degree. So for the first time you will see, you will think कि हमें तो sin 90 तक आता है, तो how can we find sin 120 degree? So it all depends on you that which transformation you are going to take. So there are two ways to solve this. I can write like 90 plus 30, and I can also write like 180 minus 60. Okay, so if I am taking sine 90 plus 30 means what? I am writing like sine pi by 2 plus theta. Theta means 30 degree, and I can also write it as pi by 6 because 30 degree means pi by 6 as radian. So ये आपका pi by 6 हो गया. Now you know that if this is sine pi by 2 plus theta, so it will changing into cos theta. And what is cos theta? Cos theta is equal to either you can write cos 30 or you can write cos pi by 6. And whether there is a positive sign or not, there will be definitely positive sign because it is second quadrant. Okay. So now you can write if it is positive, cos 30 degrees equals to what? Cos 30 degree is nothing but root 3 by 2. Okay. But if you are going through this, going from this sine 180 minus 60, it means what? 180 means pi and 60 means what? Pi by 3. Okay, means it is in this form, pi minus theta. Okay, and again it is a second quadrant, then it will not change into cos because it is changing around. We have converted into such a way that we are writing in the form of pi minus theta. So I can write like this, sine pi by 3. Because it is sine theta only. Again there is a positive sign because it is in second quadrant. So again sine pi by 3 means sine 60, and it is equals to what? Root 3 by 2. So from both the case, if you are seeing, we are getting the same value. So if you are using that formula also fine, if you are using this formula also fine. Okay, same apply with all the values. Okay, बस आपको ये formula याद रखना है. So I hope it is clear how to find sine 120. If anybody will ask you to find cos 155, I hope you can easily find. And then you can see this one. I think for now, I don't need to explain these things because already you know that. What is pi plus theta? Can anybody tell me? YouTube say devil queen. बता सकते हो pi plus theta किस quadrant में होगा? In which quadrant? Pi plus theta. Pi plus theta or 180 plus theta. If you can answer, बताओ जल्दी जल्दी से. चलो रिस्पॉन्स थोड़ा जल्दी दिया करो. ओके, pi plus theta means third quadrant. Okay, so third quadrant होता है. So you know that if it is the third quadrant, then only tan and cot is positive, rest is negative. So you can see if it is sine pi plus theta, so it is minus sine theta. But again, you can see we are changing along the pi. So that's why sine, sine, cos, cos, tan, tan, cot, cot. But you just need to check the sign, whether it is negative, negative or positive. So in this case, if it is third quadrant, you can see the tan and cot, there is a positive sign because it is third quadrant. And other one, all are negative. So that's why negative sign in everything. Okay, because always this theta will be what? It will be acute angle. Okay. So similarly, if suppose we have to find sine 240 degree. Okay. Then what we can do? We can write sine 180 plus 60. Okay. We can also write sine pi plus pi by 3. Because this sine 240 is nothing but 4 pi by 3. Sometimes they will give you like this also. Sine 4 pi by 3 is nothing but 240. Okay, then we can use sine pi plus pi by 3 means first we will write sine pi by 3 and then we will check, oh, this is in third quadrant means there will be negative sign. Already we know about this value. Sine pi by 3 is what? It is nothing but root 3 by 2. So overall value will be minus root 3 by 2. So you can see till now what we have done, we already used the value from 0 to 90 degree, but based on this property, I have reduced sine 240 into some acute angle value with the help of negative sign or positive sign. And at the last, what we are putting? We are only putting the value for 0 to 90. Okay, suppose कोई किसी ने पूछा sine 330. So what we can do? We can also write 270 plus 60. We can also write 360 minus 30. देखो आगे चल के 3 pi by 2. Again, we have come with pi by 2. So sine will be changed into cos, cos will be changed into sine, tan will be changed into cot. If we are changing from pi by 2 or 3 pi by 2 or 5 pi by 2 like that. Okay, again we have to check 3 pi by 2 minus theta means again third quadrant. So sine, cos, sec and cosec is negative and tan and cot is positive. This 3 pi by 2 is nothing but 270. 270 is the border of third quadrant and negative means it will remain in the third quadrant only. Okay, so this is third quadrant. Okay, and now the last one, it is 3 pi by 2 plus theta. Also you can see this is fourth quadrant. Okay, because 270 plus something, it is fourth quadrant. So again, if it is 3 pi by 2, so sine will convert into cos, cos will convert into sine. And the last one is 2 pi minus theta. 2 pi minus theta means again, if it is pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, then sine will remain sine, cos will remain cos. But again, it is what? Fourth quadrant. So if it is fourth quadrant, so you know that cos theta and sec theta will be positive and rest is negative. So you can see cos is positive and sec is positive, the rest is negative, negative, negative and negative. Okay, and if we are talking about sine 2 pi plus theta, so no need to write anything because 2 pi plus theta, so again हम क्या आ गए? फर्स्ट क्वाड्रेंट में ही आ गए क्योंकि 2 pi एक कंप्लीट रोटेशन हो गया and then plus theta means we are in first quadrant only. So you can see all are positive. So ये तो सिंपल होता है, इसको पढ़ते नहीं है, मतलब पढ़ते हैं आप समझ जाओ बस. Like we already came into first quadrant. Okay, suppose 4 pi plus theta होगा, so it means 2 round and then plus theta. So we are in first quadrant only. 6 pi plus theta means what? We are in first quadrant only. Okay, so that is the case for all this value. I hope you have understood each and everything. Just do little bit of practice and एक बार आपको और बहुत अच्छे से पढ़ाया जाएगा ट्रिग्नोमेट्री के टाइम में. But I hope whenever अगर कभी ट्रिग्नोमेट्री पढ़ाने के पहले कहीं पे भी अगर इसका यूज हो, so I hope कि this class will help you to understand all the concept. Whenever some teachers is teaching, whether it is using in the physics and any derivation kind of thing, you will be easily able to get it. Okay, so So whenever the next class will start, you can see there are a lot of formulas are there. Okay, I can tell you to find so many things, like if I will tell you find sine 5 pi by 6. So first we already know, if you are initially confused ki what is the value of 5 pi by 6, so just in place of pi you write 180, okay, and divided by 6. So you can see it is nothing but 150 degree only. So then you have a chance to convert this 50 degree into, either you can write 90 plus 60, or you can also write 180 minus 30, because already you have studied in class 10, so you are more comfortable with degree. So for initial few days, it will take a time you to adjust from degree to radian. Okay, so if you are not understanding initially, just convert into degree and solve according to the degree, and then after that come back to the radian also. So this is 90 plus 60. So means what? You already know what is 90 means what? 90 means pi by 2. Okay, and this is pi by 3. Or you can also write this is pi minus pi by 6. So, or you can also write pi minus pi by 6. Because if you will see, pi by 2 plus pi by 3 is also 5 pi by 6. And pi minus pi by 6 is also 5 by 6. So if it is sine pi by 2 plus theta, it will be converted into cos theta, means cos pi by 3. And second quadrant means positive cos pi by 3 is 1 by 2. Sine pi minus theta is sine theta only, right? Second quadrant, so positive again sine 30. This is what? Cos 60. And this is what? Sine 30. So it is also 1 by. Okay, so you can see, you can find sine 5 by 6. Okay, similarly, you can find any values. Okay, so that about that values we will see. Okay, जब अगर आपका ऐसा हो जाए, like कि कोई बोले ऐसा, सपोज आपके पास 4 पाई प्लस पाई बाय 3 कर दिया हमने, मान लो 13 पाई बाय 3 कर दिया. ओके, सो वी ऑलरेडी नो दिस इज 13 into 180 plus 3. It means what? It is 780 degree. 780 degree means what? 360 means 2 pi, 360 means 2 pi, and then again 780. So you just need to write like this: 4 pi plus pi by 3. Okay, means 720 plus pi by 3. So this is 4 pi, no use, because again we are coming back to sine pi by 3. So you can simply write sine pi by 3. And what is sine pi by 3? It is root 3 by 2. So the value of sine 13 pi by 3 is also root 3 by 2. Okay, it like that. Okay, अगर कोई बोले ऐसा, चलो मैं पीछे में बताता हूं. अगर कोई बोले आपको साइन 601 pi by 6. ओके, सो यू ऑलरेडी नो दैट कि अगर आप 6 से डिवाइड करोगे तो ये कितना हो जाएगा. ओके, तो ये आपका हो जाएगा 100 पाई, एंड देन यू विल ऐड पाई बाय 6. 100 पाई मींस व्हाट? 50 revolution. Okay, 50 revolution, and again we are coming back to pi by 6. It is means it is what? First quadrant. So if it is first quadrant and it is changing around pi ka multiple, then it will be sine pi by 6. So it will be what? Root sine pi by 6 1 by 2 hota hai, तो ये 1 by 2 हो गया. So based on that you can find any values. अगर कोई बोले sine 7520 degree also you can find. You just need to check how many times 360 is repeating. For that you just have to divide with 360, and जो भी रिमाइंडर बचेगा उसको फर्स्ट क्वाड्रेंट में डाल दो. ओके, and उसकी वैल्यू निकाल लो. So I hope it is clear. Okay, and the next class we will see some of the angles of trigonometric identities की. अगर मान लो दो एंगल है, अभी क्या होता है इसका यूज देखो, 2 मिनट लूंगा. साइन ए बाय बी, बिकॉज अगर कोई बोले साइन 75 डिग्री पता करने के लिए, सो वी डोंट नो द वैल्यू ऑफ साइन 75, याद नहीं रहता है, बट हमें 45 एंड 30 का याद होता है. तो हम क्या करते हैं, इसको 45 प्लस 30 कर देते हैं. ऐसा करने से क्या होता है कि इफ यू विल नो द फॉर्मूला, आई कैन यूज साइन 45 कॉस 30 प्लस कॉस 45 साइन 30. इससे क्या होगा, साइन 45 और कॉस 30 की वैल्यू जानते हैं हम, जैसे पुट करोगे आपको वैल्यू मिल जाता है. सो इवन इफ वी डोंट नो द वैल्यू, इफ वी नो दिस फॉर्मूला वी कैन फाइंड. अगर कोई बोले साइन 15 डिग्री, we don't know value, but if we can write like this 45 minus 30, then by the use of this formula I can find the value of sine 15 degree also. Okay, so that's the use of this formula, and there are a lot of uses in the future. Okay, बहुत use होने वाला है ये trigonometry. So about this, whenever your next class will start, I hope there will be 4 or 5 days, like you, because you guys are going home. So whenever the classes will start, I will start from here only. Okay, sum of angles of trigonometric identities. So for now, we'll meet. I hope you will attend the online classes from your home also. Okay, and I wish you all the best for these 2 months. Wish you a good holiday. Okay, but at the same time, इसको use this time very well. ठीक है, wisely use करना है. ठीक है, खाना अच्छे से खाना है. ठीक है, घर का खाना खाना है और पढ़ाई भी अच्छे से करनी है. ठीक है. So that's it for the today's class, guys. We will meet in the next class. Okay, thank you everyone. Thank you for your time. Bye bye. If you have any doubt, you can drop your doubt on the chat box. ठीक है, कोई डाउट है? चलो मिलते हैं फिर. बाय बाय. हैप्पी जर्नी टू ऑल ऑफ यू, योर होम. बाय बाय. थैंक यू. Thank you everyone.